forecast on Fox 24 News AM Live.
Yeah, we're still telling jokes.
We're so
it's a wacky day. If you heard that squeaking sound, that was actually Clark giggling.
It gets real high up here.
Yeah. It's
anyway.
fun. We have a good time. We're just, I don't know, enjoying each other's company.
Yeah.
Not so much the weather. We're
but
not
laughing,
really. Yeah.
Laughing actually helps keep us warm.
My cheeks are a little tired. I'll be honest. From
My
laughing and
face
telling
hurts
jokes.
a
Right.
little,
Yeah. You got to do something to stay warm out there, West Texas. It is really, really cold outside. Temperatures down into the 20s right now. 24 for Odessa Midland, 19 for Hobbs and Wink. But check Marfa out. 15 degrees right now. Really, really cold conditions. So make sure, if you haven't been outside just yet, I'm here to tell you, bundle up, brace yourself, get ready, do some breathing exercises before you make that mad dash to your car, because it is really cold outside. 22 degrees, and we'll warm up though. Thankfully, we've got a lot of clear skies overhead, so it's not going to stay in the 20s all day. As we get to 12 noon, we're actually more than double our temperature, and we'll pick up to 48 degrees by 5 p.m. We'll actually drop off a little bit from our high temperature at 50 degrees just before that 5 p.m. mark. Now keep in mind, clear skies during the day allow our temperatures to warm up very quickly. It stands to reason. We've got a lot of sunshine, that very warm sun helping us achieve a lot of heat. But overnight tonight, we'll see those same clear skies allowing our temperatures to drop off just as quickly as we warmed up. We've got a very, very cold morning coming our way for tomorrow as well. So get ready for another chilly night and another cold morning with all these very clear conditions overhead. Thankfully, at least in between, our afternoon will be pretty pleasant considering the time of year. Now, this is about where that cold front is parked right now. That's what brought us all those cold, cold conditions. Not so much in the way of rain. Most of that on the eastern edge of Texas. We're still looking at very clear conditions overhead. No rain really to speak of. And as I switch over to the model, I've got it zoomed out just so you can see. The model is actually working. It's showing rain. It's showing cloud cover where it's supposed to be. So going through the hours here in West Texas, notice not a whole lot of changes. We're still looking very, very clear as far as our sky cover goes. We're already at 2 p.m. Wednesday. Going forward from there, still no changes. So no real rain developing for today, for tomorrow. We're still looking at extremely clear skies, but we do have our next cold front on the way. That one will be coming through Thursday afternoon. Watch the top part of your frame and see this cold front coming in from the north right about now, switching down to the south, not bringing us any rainfall, or really not even too much in the way of cloud cover for the basin at least. But notice we do have a couple of spots possibly indicating some snowfall at some of the higher elevations, the Van Horn Mountains, the Marfa Plateau, maybe the Davis Mountains, seeing a very, very brief moment of some very light snowfall Thursday into Friday morning. Now, until we get there, it is really cold outside. Very, very cold morning. Drying out by this afternoon. Thankfully, that'll allow our temperatures to warm up pretty nicely. And also, we've got that sun shining, and very, very much sunshine will be moving through West Texas. But we've also got a westerly wind direction. All those things working together to help us warm up, actually pretty close to average for this time of year. Now, those gap winds will develop for part of the morning time. As we get to the afternoon time, though, they kind of spread out a little bit more. 20-mile-per-hour wind speeds for Pecos, for Marfa, for the Guadalupe Pass for a little while today, and they'll finally die back down by around 6, 7 p.m. Notice we've still got those gap winds even as late as 8 p.m. And remember that time, say around 4 p.m. That will be pretty important to remember. That's when those wind speeds are picking up at the higher elevations. Now, overnight tonight, we'll see those gap winds staying in place. And as we get to tomorrow, remember, we've got that cold front coming in from the north tomorrow afternoon into the evening time. Very, very quickly is this cold front moving through. 20-plus-mile-per-hour wind speeds coming in out of the north again. But by the time we get to 3 a.m. Friday, that cold front has already passed through. So get ready for a very cold morning right now, 22 degrees, but also a fairly pleasant afternoon today. Tomorrow morning, very similar to what we're seeing right now, and part of the reason that we're jumping up so much in temperature is because of how dry we are. These humidity numbers dropping down into the teens in some places. Carlsbad, Pecos in the teens, right around that same time that we're seeing those wind speeds picking up. So keep that in mind. That is potentially giving us some fire weather concerns. No red flag warnings or anything like that out there right now, but with those drying conditions that can dry out the brush and lead us potentially to some fire weather concerns a little bit later in the week if that keeps up. 50 degrees will be our high today, 57 tomorrow with a low of 30 in between. That is freezing. That is below freezing. So we haven't seen rain, so ice not going to be a widespread concern, but we are still looking at a little bit of possibly ice on the roadways. So just be careful today, tomorrow. Also pull in your plants, make sure your pets are safe. The usual kind of stuff with that hard freeze, with those hard freeze conditions. So just be safe out there.
I was really hoping for warming temperatures, but
the weekend not looking too bad.
Okay,
yeah, in the
good.
60s on Sunday, so that's okay.
Yeah. Well, at least it's not as bad as last season.
That's
it was
true.
A little rough,
Last winter was cold.
All right, well, thanks for those updates, Chase.
Thanks.
I'm holding on for Sunday because it's warmer. It's warmer then.
Hold on, Clark.
Ooh.
Hold on.